Hey, hello everybody. The video will be on in a second or two. Um, I kind of goofed and I'm too lazy to fix it. All right, anyway, there we go. Tonight I'm going to do pork schnitzel with potato pancakes and some fresh spinach. Okay, now first of all, we got to shred the potatoes. And I'm going to use that pan for the spinach and the potato pancakes. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred the potatoes into that pan. You know, make it easy on yourself. Instead of trying to shred them into a little bitty bowl or something, you know, use something big. All right, so once I get them shredded, I'm just going to put them in water until everything is ready for for them to cook. So I'm not sure if I'm making German pancakes or if I'm making Jewish latkes. Latkes, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I don't think the Germans use any eggs in there. I'm not sure. But anyway, I do. I use eggs. All right, so that's the potatoes. That was 2 potatoes, by the way. It comes out to 1 quart. I'm going to measure everything tonight so you'll know what's going on. All right, anyway, that's 1 quart of potatoes. Okay, now I'm going to cook the spinach. I'm putting in some pepper into that pan. This pepper grinder is kind of slow. I need new batteries. Anyway, when I do spinach, you really don't saute spinach. It doesn't really saute. What you're doing is you're wilting the spinach. So what I do is I put in the salt and pepper and butter into that pan and water. And then I put it on the stove with a lid. That's all. I mean, it's very simple. It doesn't take long at all either. Once, okay, I added 1 cup of water to the pan. All right, now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of butter into the pan and put the spinach in. I like to season the water that I'm cooking the spinach in, or that I'm wilting the spinach in. I'll tell you why. Because if you cook the spinach and then you try to season it, a lot of times, the seasoning will get stuck in between a bunch of leaves that are stuck together, and you really don't get it evenly distributed. So I like to put the seasoning in. Okay, there you go. That was like a full teaspoon of sea salt. All right, here comes the spinach. Okay, so you can always add a little more salt when you're at the table. But if you try to, if you cook all that and then try to season it, I don't know. It doesn't, I just don't like the way it comes out. I'd like to season that water that I showed you, and it's going to, like I said, you're not going to saute it. You're just going to wilt it. So, but I did wash that spinach, by the way. I washed it in the bag. Okay, so we're going to put the lid on and put it on the stove and let it go. La la la. There you go. All right. Man, this video was really long. I chopped it up. I hope I didn't screw the thing up. Okay, there you go. There's the spinach. It was on, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. All right, that's it. It's done. Okay, now for the potato pancakes, we have 1 egg. That's a jumbo egg, by the way. If you got small eggs, use 2. I'm going to add to that 1 egg, I'm going to add 1 cup of flour. It looks like a little bit less than 1 cup, but don't worry about it. It's 1 cup of flour. And 1 cup of milk. Listen, there's a million ways to make potato pancakes. I mean, there's a million ways. if you chopped up some green pepper and put it in there, you could call them Western potato pancakes. You know what I mean? If you chopped up some pineapple and put it in there, you could call it Hawaiian potato pancakes. All right, there you go. That's another full teaspoon of sea salt and some more pepper. Okay, I mixed it up. All right, now you want to add, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. Chop them as small as you possibly can. Get them very small. Some recipes tell you to saute the onions before you put it in. Some recipes grind the onions. Like I said, there's a million recipes. All right, now that's the mixture that I mixed up, the egg, the milk, and the flour. Oh, I also put in some chopped parsley. Sorry, you didn't see that part. All right, now I'm going to drain the potatoes, drain the water off of the potatoes. The chopped parsley, it's not 100% needed, but it does taste good in there. All right, now what that is, that's a bowl of water that I boiled in the microwave. That water was boiling 3 seconds ago. All right, so what I do is, just so it doesn't take all day to cook the potatoes, I put them into that water. It's boiling water, or it was a couple seconds ago. And as you can see, that's a pretty big bowl. So, it's like 2 quarts of water in there. Now I'm going to let it sit for 3 minutes. You don't have to boil the water again. Just let the potatoes sit in there for 3 minutes. Where'd they go? I don't know. Wait a minute. Okay, this pan I'm going to use again for the pancakes. I don't. There we go. Those are the boiled, well, not boiled, but those are the shredded potatoes that you put in the water, and this is 3 minutes later. Now don't forget that water was boiling 3 minutes ago. All right, now we're gonna strain them off, and you can see when they come out, they're a little bit translucent. You know what I mean? They changed a little bit. They're a little bit translucent. And you really don't have to do that if you want to stand by the stove for, for a long time. I do it just to make it a little bit easier to cook them, because now they've got a head start on cooking. All right, so now they're drained. They're going to go into the same bowl. Now there's the mixture of egg, milk, and flour, salt, pepper, chopped parsley, and chopped onion. Now again, like I said, you could add anything in there you want. It's the good thing about cooking, is whatever you like. It doesn't matter. If you like it, put it in there. All right, now we're just going to mix it up. We want to get that egg and flour and milk mixture all around. There we go. Okay, there's the spinach. It's completely done. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take off what I'm going to eat for tonight, and the rest I will put in the fridge until it gets cold, and then tomorrow I'll probably break it up into smaller pieces. Smaller portions. All right, now what are we cooking here? I forgot. Oh, the potatoes. Now with the potatoes, I'm going to put in butter and olive oil. Now look, don't be shy with the oil when you're cooking these potatoes. That's part of what makes them good, is when they're crisp. Around the edges, they get nice and crisp. If you don't have enough oil, that's not going to happen. So, okay, make sure your pan is hot too. If you see the butter starting to turn brown, you know the pan is hot. All right, now that's about that's how big, I make them. You could make them smaller, you could make them bigger. You could make one big one if you want. But if you do that, then you lose all that crispy edge. And like I say, that's part of what makes them good, is that crispy edge. Okay, now I'm going to speed this up here. This is, like I said, this video was really long. I was surprised. It looks like something happened here. I forgot to speed this up. Well, it's too late for that. It'll get up fast. Okay, now I put the lid on because the pan wasn't really as hot as I wanted it. So I put the lid on to to retain some heat and heat the pan up a little bit faster. All right, let's see. This now should be speeded up coming up here. Right about now. Nope. Uh-oh. I goofed. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right, I ended up with 14 potato pancakes. In case you want to know how many pancakes you're going to get out of 1 quart of potatoes, the answer is 14. Of course, depending on the size. If you make them smaller, you can get more. All right, these aren't quite as brown as I want them, but I want to kind of speed this up a little, so I'm going to put 2 more in. Put the lid back on. All right, now I've decided I'm going to take another saute pan and start cooking some more of them because, I don't want to wait all day. All right. There they are. There's the potato pancakes. Boy, that was quick. Like I said, I got 14. All right, now what I'm gonna do now for the pork schnitzel is that's a pork tenderloin cut into like 1-inch steaks. Man, I wish I was paying attention and I looked up, and because the camera, you know what I mean. I gotta I gotta adjust that cutting board there. There we go. Okay. So now all I'm doing now is just pounding out the tenderloin. It's very tender. There's, you know what I mean? There's nothing to it. They pound out real easy. If you put a piece of plastic on top, it'll save you from splashing. Okay, now what I do now is, well, wait a minute. That was a bag of Rice Krispies that I just never ate. So I ground them up and I mixed them in with some breadcrumbs. It's pretty good. All right, there goes salt, pepper, and garlic. All right. Now what I do with the pork is I run it under the sink. You don't need to make an egg wash or anything. Just run it under the sink and get it wet, and then that's it. You're going to saute them in hot oil. And we're really close to the end. There you go. I don't like any kind of sauce for schnitzel. Whatever kind it is, chicken or veal or whatever. I like to use the old school with lemon. Schnitzel and lemon. That's all it was. There was no sauce. Okay, so there I've got the pork schnitzel, potato pancakes with sour cream, and applesauce with cinnamon. Oh man, that's the way to go. Oh, and you know what? I forgot the spinach. Oh well. I did have the spinach when I ate dinner, but I forgot to put it on the video. Well, anyway, the spinach was good. I love spinach, man. All right, so there it is. Schnitzel, potato pancakes, applesauce, sour cream, and a lemon. Yeah, baby. That's the way to go. It's pretty easy, too. There's nothing to it. All right, see ya. I gotta go. I gotta eat.